How can the Lord stand in Acts chapter 7 since there are many prophetic events that have to be fulfilled before the second coming? Get with me Daniel 11. Daniel chapter 11. Daniel 11. And we'll look at, look at verse 2, I guess. And now, behold, I will show thee the truth. Behold, there shall stand up yet 3 kings in Persia, and the 4th shall be far richer than they all. And by his strength through his riches he shall stir up all again against the realm of Grecia. So it's talking about the kings of Persia, and then it talks about Grecia. And verse 3, and a mighty king shall stand up that shall rule with great dominion and do according to his will. And when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken and shall be divided toward the 4 winds of heaven, and not to his posterity, nor according to his dominion which he ruled, for his kingdom shall be plucked up even for others beside those. And verses 3 and 4 are generally understood to refer to Alexander the Great, the king of Grecia. Now, when we get to verse 5, notice this. And the king of the south shall be strong, and one of his princes, and he shall be strong above him, and have dominion. His dominion shall be a great dominion. And in the end of the years they shall join themselves together. For the king's daughter of the south shall come to the king of the north to make an agreement, but she shall not retain the power of the arm. Neither shall he stand, nor his arm, but she shall be given up, and they that brought her, and he that begat her, and he that strengtheneth her in these times. And you can read on there, and let's go down to verse 21. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. And with the arms of a flood shall they be overflown from before him, and shall be broken, yea, also the prince of the covenant. And so this prince of the covenant, I believe, is the same person in Daniel 9 that makes the covenant with 1 week with 7 years for Israel. Now, when you read through Daniel 11, the point I just want you to see is there's a whole bunch of events that have to take place before the man of sin signs the covenant with Israel for 1 week. So there's numerous prophetic events that have to take place. Now the question, get with me Isaiah 34. The question that was being asked is essentially, in Acts chapter 7, when Stephen sees the heavens opened, and then he sees the Son standing. In Acts 2, the Son is seated. In Acts 7, he's standing. And he's standing because he's preparing to return to the earth. The thing to notice, though, is this. Before the Lord returns to the earth at the second coming, there are some events that first have to take place in heaven. So look with me at Isaiah 34. Isaiah chapter 34. Isaiah 34, and look with me at verse 2. Isaiah 34 and verse 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Now notice verse 4, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the tree. Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. In other words, what verse 5 is saying is before the Lord returns at the second coming to pour out his wrath upon the earth, which he's going to do, before he does that, his sword first has to be bathed in heaven. In other words, there is warfare in heaven that occurs to pour out the Lord's wrath on the angelic, the fallen angelic beings in heaven. So when you think of Acts chapter 7 and the Lord stands, he's not going to return 15 minutes later. He's not going to return a year later, because there's a whole bunch of things that have to happen, including the beast, the man of sin, has to come to power. He has to sign the covenant for 7 years. Then the 7 years has to elapse. Then the Lord returns at the second coming. So when he's standing there, it's not for the purpose of returning to the earth immediately, but it's for the purpose of beginning to execute the things that have to take place in the heavens. So hopefully that answer helps.